Welcome to the Cinefied podcast, the show where we like to sit around and talk about getting ice cream on a hot summer day. Nope, today we're talking about Roth's Ice Cream Man. Today I am joined once again by Chris, aka GortheMovieGod. Thank you for coming back. It's always great to talk to you, Chris.
Of course. Always a great time to talk about another horror movie.
It's our thing.
It was first video game horror movies. Now it's just shifted to just horror
movies. We ran out of
those. Yeah. Sadly, they don't make anymore. The last 14 bombed, so I'm making them.
But we have Ice Cream Man, which is the return of Eli Roth to his roots, quote unquote.
The director of Borderlands, he's back. Hell yeah.
Yep. And we can see that without studio interference, the film is this.
Amazing. It's fantastic. Yeah, because he complained. I think he even complained about Thanksgiving, right? That had a little bit of interference. They had to cut some of the violence and stuff out. Yeah. So now this is full Roth. Completely
unrestrained.
No excuses. 100% Rothy boy. This is it. Yep. Here, Rothless. It's like.
So I'll just say this from the jump before we jump into it. We're not going to be talking about the man himself. We're not going to be talking about his political beliefs. We're not going to be talking about how he is as a person. We're talking about his creative ability to reflect stuff onto the screen and the weird, sometimes, most of the time, a little sickening things he can put onto the screen, and they should go, that came out of a guy's head. Okay.
Yeah. Like Borderlands. That's the most sickening thing he's ever done. What was that house with the clock or whatever?
House with a clock on its walls, which I do think he really does like that movie. But I
there's that one shot of the CG Jack Black face that terrified me when I was in the theater. I don't know if you saw that movie.
I saw it, but I don't remember that at all. It was such a forgettable
CG
movie
Jack Black face. When he's like Jack Black, but he's like a baby, but his head's the same size. He's like,
it's one of those.
He looks
like
that.
The Jordan Peele as a baby going goo goo gaga.
Oh, I need milk. Little Man with the Wayne brothers.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Classic.
Well, not a good movie, but it's classic. Exactly.
It's a classic.
But I feel like now that we've got that out of the way, why not just kind of say our opinion of his filmography? Chris, if you want to kind of like start off, where were you introduced to Eli Roth? Did you enjoy his films from the jump, or were you kind of like not a fan the entire time? Go ahead.
I mean, I don't actually hate Eli Roth. I like gore fest movies. Not me, but the violence and all that. I do. I don't really take them too seriously. Like some people get like sickened by them. I get it. Just don't watch them. It's fine. There's a lot of them out there. I get it. But just play horror movies where it's just a spooky ghost and it jumps at you. If that's what you like, or ones where atmosphere or stuff like Obsession or Backrooms where it like takes its time and whatever. So there's plenty of different horror movies out there, but I like the violent stuff. And I watched Cabin Fever when it first came out as a kid. So that one really messed me up. I don't think I realized how comedic that movie really was until like later in my life. But like that movie's just a straight up parody. It's an entire joke. Even with the pancake scene, I don't even think as a kid I realized
pancakes.
Pancakes. And then she does like flips and then bites him. I'm like, what? What the hell? But like that whole movie's pretty much like a joke. Like all the characters are complete scumbags. There's one character that has like a shirt. I don't know if you remember this, but one of them had like he's such a scumbag. He has like the birthday of the Olsen twins.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Like these complete scumbags. So when they all die, like even the nice guy is a scumbag in that movie. I remember like he's like, oh, I'm a nice guy, but then he like does like pervy shit. I'm like, all right, well, they all need to die, and when they do, it's like it's nice, and they all die effectively, to the point where even that one guy's just like at the end, he's just like, I'm free, I survived, and then he walks out and they get just friggin' mowed down by the mob. I was like, it has effective horror in it, or gore, at least with the shaving scene everybody talks about, but it's the perfect introduction to an Eli Roth movie, because it's like it's exactly what he makes every time, pretty much. Like if he has
that's true.
If he has his say and he writes the movie too, Cabin Fever is exactly like Hostel Part 2, the Green Inferno. Green Inferno is a little bit less Eli Roth, but there's still plenty of that stuff in there, especially the violence. But I haven't watched Thanksgiving yet, which is funny because that's like people say his best movie. I still haven't seen it. But
it's his most not Eli Roth, and I think, but it obviously still has some of the stuff from like his fake trailer.
Yeah.
But like I feel like one of the moments that I feel like the studio, because it's pretty much like, I mean, it's a small trailer that he made into a feature-length movie.
I love that.
But I feel like every single bit from the trailer, aside from like the body, you know, on the that too, but the body on the table, and it's like cooked like a turkey. Like we get like that kind of homage to someone being cooked, but we don't get the turkey presentation. And then also like the trampoline, we do get a trampoline scene, but it goes through like her feet, but yeah, she doesn't like do a split onto a knife. You know, I think that might have been a studio being like, too far.
No. You could do that in Ice Cream Man, maybe, you know, but not here. It's like when you have no studio money, then do it with your own thing. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I might be wrong, but I feel like when I was growing up, my brother, he showed me this film, and I feel like there was, because he wouldn't let me watch it, I think, when I was little, and which rightfully so for the movie it is, but there's a cut in like the special features, right, where it's like fingers, right? Or is that something else? Because I swear there's like a special features where it's like this, and you can kind of like see through. But it's like the pussy cut or something like that.
Oh, that's for Cabin Fever?
I thought it was Cabin Fever. Like
it sounds interesting. Yeah, I get you. Like you do the web fingers because you're scared or whatever. But like they cover up all the violence, I assume you mean, right?
Yeah, anytime that anything scary came on, the digital hand would come up.
The pancakes.
But now I don't. It's like almost like I always get the phrase wrong, but it's a Mandela effect. Is that what it is? Where it's just kind of like I can't find anything about it.
Maybe
but
it's for
I'm
a
like,
different
I
movie.
swear it existed. It might be.
Yeah.
But it was like that, and then there was like a PG cut too, where it was just like them happily like in the van, and then it just cuts the credits.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Which I know that exists. That's on YouTube.
That's
so
I
highly recommend that one.
That's fun. Like they should do more of that. YouTubers out there just make PG cuts of horrifying horror movies. Like I want to see the PG version of Hostel. That would be funny.
I mean, they're having a nice time in Amsterdam.
Yeah, they had a good vacation. That's the end.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, not everything, but pretty much a majority of the things they do prior to them being taken into the bunkers, like before they go missing, can be in a PG / Larry. Light PG-13.
Yeah, they would have to they would have to really cut down a lot of that stuff too.
yeah. But Cabin Fever. I've watched it recently and it definitely doesn't hold up, but it's kind of a nostalgia effect where, you know, when you watch it when you're younger and you're like, you know, because I don't want to out your age, Chris, but how old were you when Cabin Fever came out? Like, did you watch it when it came out, or did you watch it after it came out?
I did, not in theaters. I watched it on DVD because I would always, or it might even been VHS. Honestly, I don't even remember. But like, it was after it came out. It was probably maybe a few months after, maybe early 2003. Like I could see that. Like I was pretty young when I watched it, and I watched a lot of horror movies. My parents didn't give a shit, and it worked out for me. I'm not insane, but no, that movie's goofy as hell. And at the time, I didn't see it. I want to say I didn't see how goofy it was until a couple years later. And then I realized that this is Eli Roth. Like when I watched Hostel, I remember everybody talking about Hostel in my I want to say I was in high school at the time. Everybody was talking about Hostel, how it was like the most grotesque movie of all time and all that stuff. Like, and I watched it, and I kind of got what Eli Roth was all about. He likes horrifying violence, but he still adds like really dark humor to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back to watch Cabin Fever again. And I realized like, oh yeah, like there was plenty of that. I don't understand how I didn't notice the pancake scene was obviously a joke. Like he's just like, I don't know. We have a girl that could do a backflip. Let's have her say something weird. But yeah, no, it's all of his movies are like this. And yeah, I watched it pretty soon after it came out on like DVD or Blu-ray. So maybe like beginning of sometime in 2003, because I think the movie came out 2002, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like around that time. Whenever it came out, it was pretty soon after, because it was at my Blockbuster. And
Okay.
and I was always like not know what any of these movies are. I'd just be like, what is this? All right. Can we rent this? My mom and my dad wouldn't give a shit. Like, yeah, sure. Anyway, and I watch it in my room, but like
yeah, so you have that kind of nostalgic kind of like feeling for it.
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
And like I had the opportunity to run into Ryder Strong in Austin. And
one of the actors, right? Is he the douchebag one? I think he's the douchebag one.
He's the nice one.
Oh, he's the nice one. Okay.
He's from Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah.
So, oh, okay. But yeah, like I ran into him and I told him, like, I was just like, I really love Cabin Fever growing up. And he like seemed like shocked I was bringing that up versus like Boy Meets World. He's like,
World, yeah.
Thanks, man. It's like, I really like, and I was just like, how was, like, I talked about the remake and he's like, yeah, he's like, I never watched it. And he's like, I feel like I don't need to. And I'm like, yeah, that's true.
He's correct. He is correct. Especially his character's like a massive, like, at least all the other scumbags are like honest about being a scumbag. He's just like, I'm gonna be a pervert now. Well, I'm a nice guy. Like,
but he was talking about how it was a miracle. It was a very brief amount of time I was talking to Ryder, and it was like I was just like he could tell I genuinely liked the film, and he's like, it was a miracle that the film even like ended up done, because like they went several weeks and then the all the people that were financing it backed out.
Oh yeah.
And so they basically didn't have any money. They were like stranded with half a film. And then luckily like someone came in and like rescued the film, but it was just like they really like they were pretty much like, it's not going to happen. Like the film is, done. And now we got the film we got.
It wasn't Quentin Tarantino, was it, that came in and like helped a little bit? Because
I don't know.
That would make sense considering Eli Roth would be now not only in Grindhouse, but he was also going to be in Inglourious
Bastards. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But
so he could have. I don't know if his name's attached to it though. But
I have no idea. I don't remember.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Like, I didn't know it had like production issues. Like I didn't have any idea. So, but so they basically had to kind of like rush it along.
I guess it really explained some of the ending, because the ending feels kind of rushed, if I remember correctly. It's just like, all right, that guy died, he's in the water, the end. All right, it's like, okay, all right, cool, all right, whatever.
He's infecting the water population.
The water, they're gonna drink the water and they're gonna have the cabin fever. Right. They made a sequel too. I don't think I ever watched it.
They did, and Ryder Strong is in the beginning.
Oh, is he?
He's the one that's in the water at the end, and he like survives and like comes out of the water, and he's like struggling, and I think he gets hit by like a semi truck, and like his body explodes.
Boy Meets
like
truck.
Yeah. But I might be wrong. I only watched it the one time. It's a terrible film, but I was just like, oh, he's in it. No, he's not.
Yeah. There's a remake also. Anyway, let's say let's start by Ice Cream Man.
Yeah. So we are on to Ice Cream Man. This is the second or third film in Eli Roth's new production company, the horror section. Which I mean makes sense. He would start his own distribution company with the types of films, so he can have full, reign on what he's producing. And this film, I was anticipating because I was just like, this seems like such a fun concept. It seems like one of those fake trailers that would be in front of Grindhouse.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then I watched the trailer, and I always relate whenever I watch a trailer and the trailer gives way too much away. I relate it to the Simpsons movie, because the Simpsons movie to me gave away all the jokes.
Yep.
And this gave away all the kills that actually had an impact.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. We're going to get right into spoilers. What did you think about that? Did you have like a more of like a underwhelmingness to the film because you had watched the trailer? Because you do this, like, this is part of your job. You watch reactions. I mean, not react. You watch trailers for reactions.
Yeah.
So were you underwhelmed by those kills? Because definitely, like, I feel like if I would not have watched the trailer, one that would have made a big impact is the axe through the body.
Oh
like,
yeah.
But let me know. What do you think about the spoilers that were in the trailer? Did they underwhelm you in the actual film?
Yeah. I knew in the trailer I was like they're showing a lot, but like I was hoping that they were showing a lot, but only parts of the kills. So like, oh, we'll get more, but not really. Like they showed all the best bits of each kill, like the scooping the brain out, which looked like Jello. By the way, they didn't even try with that one. It didn't even look like a brain pulling out Jello. Also, his brain was like really small in his head. I don't know how he was. Yeah, I don't know how he was a teacher, but like the one you saw the axe kill. You talk about the teacher that was in the. Or you talk about the head. Wait, no, was that?
No, I'm talking about the teacher that was crying for some reason. Never established why. She scream cried, and then in the hallway, and then she ends up getting chopped in half. But
yeah, I don't even remember that part. She scream cries like before.
Yeah, because they're like all the kids are acting weird, but none of them are killing, at least at the school yet. And the kids are in the hallway, and the one kid who's like the rebel kid is like, I'm supposed to be skipping class. And as he does that, they hear someone like scream like from the staircase, and they open the door, and it's this woman. And she's like kind of like on the phone, and she's like kind of like crying.
Oh yeah.
And then she kind of looks like they like interrupted her, and then she like walks away.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that scene. Yeah, I'm going to assume she heard news that her husband was killed or something like that. I don't know, like a kid walked unkilled. I don't know. There's there's no fucking characters in this movie. Can we just like immediately address that? There's literally none. Like I don't even remember the kids' names. Like they introduced kids like they're supposed to be like
girl.
guy, brother and sister. The sister's the only one that has like a slight character because she has a boyfriend. She wants to, she's like rebellious. She doesn't want to be a lawyer. That's about it. Like, and then you have kid who's not even a friend, just introduced like he is a friend that shows up, and then the boyfriend shows up at one point, and then one of the bully kids shows up again, and then instantly gets killed after. I was like, what? I was like, I'm here, and then he instantly gets the ice cream in the mouth, and like now he's controlled. I guess we should bring up that the ice cream man's evil. He controls kids. It's weapons, except without the stick. It's with the or whatever she has to do. She has to like break a stick or whatever.
The magic spells. Essentially the ice cream man. You'll learn later in the film. He's basically. I actually didn't really understand what exactly they did to him. He got framed for something.
Yeah, I was confused too. I think he got. Something happened to somebody and they didn't know who to blame. So that this new foreign guy, because supposedly they said he was like a foreigner. And he didn't speak a lot of English. I think they said that. So they're just like, hey, let's just all blame him for it. I don't know why. And then they told the kids to say it was pretty much like Freddy Krueger, except he didn't do it and Freddy Krueger did it. But like it was pretty much that, like, oh, everybody pointed at him, he did it, and and then he got soul sucked by the necromancer, and he like like he looked like when the ring girl kills somebody, and like this, and now he's
it looked worse than that. It looked like Scary Movie 3.
Well, it looked like AI. That's what it looked like.
You might be right.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I'm going to be totally honest. I noticed the AI animation stuff. I did not notice that. Everybody's talking about that flashback sequence has tons of AI, and now think about it. Like, there's a part where you see a guy with like red eyes and a hood for like a brief second, in that I'm like, that was probably AI. Thinking about it now, and then there was a couple shots. I'm like, you know what? That shot where he's dead was probably AI, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
No. They put a filter on it to try to hide it, maybe. But
yeah, you're probably right, because he definitely. It didn't seem like a body cast or anything. It looks like
either
definitely
digital effect or AI.
Yeah,
I can't.
And AI is cheaper, so it's probably AI.
Probably
but yeah, so he gets blamed for this. He gets in prison, and a necromancer guy comes and basically says, "Hey, like you trade your soul for revenge, and then he gets killed, and then necromancer is supposed to take his place in his grave in order for him to come back to life, and then he decides to start selling ice cream or he doesn't sell ice cream, he just gives it to them. He's a very generous
first
man.
flag, right? Like why are you giving this ice cream out to kids for free? Like all the parents are like, whatever, like because no one's giving them money. No, like
that's
like,
a good
why are you
point,
giving
because
them free?
there's because like we have that one interaction with that mom who loves her kid, and the bully she's like, apologize, and then the bully's like, fuck you, and like takes
like, all right.
but then the ice cream man gives the kid another like candy, not candy, ice cream, and she's like, oh, thank you. It's like, well, if it was free, like, yeah, of course he's gonna give the kid another. Like it was free to begin with.
If you none of them are paying for anything, I don't think you ever see exchange for money. So immediately, like any of the other parents should have, and also the school shouldn't be like, because he shows up to like the ballpark or whatever, right? Which is like a school thing, right? Because the coach is like I guess the coach is the dentist and the other one's like a teacher or something like that. But like it's a bunch of school kids. You think they'd be like,
we never really learn their occupations besides one thing, because they get killed right away.
Yeah, they do. They almost everybody gets killed instantly. They introduce a couple of them, like the dad who's like the dad of the bully character. And he's like obviously he looks like he's like a fitness guy. He's like fucking like his shirt's too small and he's like beefed up. And he's like, I thought he was gonna be a character. No, he gets set on CG fire real quick, but
and then of course
fire.
And then they show there's a lot of bad CGI fire in this.
Yes.
It's almost like Eli Roth.
Think about it.
It could be. Who knows? We're not. We're allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't know.
He said he used AI, but we don't know to what extent. People can say what they want about the film.
Now, I personally, just me, I would say 100% the animation sequences were AI. That's me. That has nothing to do with Cinefied. I want to throw that out. That's me. I'm saying that was 100% AI. Everything else, I'm not too sure about. So that's alleged. I'm accusing the animation of being AI. Me. Nobody else.
Him.
Me.
Like GortheMovieGod.
Yeah, GortheMovieGod is saying that was 100% AI. I didn't say it was bad though, so you can't really take me. I'm not saying it negatively. I'm just saying it was.
No, that's true. But it's almost like Eli Roth watched the opening sequence of Terrifier 3, with the mom getting her head, or the dad getting the headshot. I don't know. I don't remember. But
the dad's the one getting sawed up, and then the mom's like, "What's that? What's going on?" And then she runs.
Which is what happens here. Because the mom gets her head chopped up, and dad's like, "What's happening?" And he's like, "Ah!"
It's so funny because when he was filming this, I'm assuming Terrifier 3 was already out for like a couple months at least, right? Because he probably filmed this early last year, would be my guess. I don't know. That would be my guess, but who knows? Maybe we filmed this 2 months ago. I have fucking no idea. But because the trailer came out like a month ago, so it doesn't look like, if they're using AI, maybe allegedly, then I'm assuming it was probably a quick turnaround time from production to release. But I mean, it's so similar to the beginning of the Terrifier. I mean, it's almost exactly the same. It has a couple funny moments though, like the one guy gets like bonked in the head and he's like, and he gets up and they hit him with a frying pan. And it's like, there's a couple of funny like slapstick kills that actually got me. Like there was a couple of ones where like someone ran away and just got like, there's that one early where the main kid's like riding to school and then there's like a jogger jogging by.
That was funny.
The kids just go up, hit him in the leg, like trip him, hit him in the head, and then just put a bag over his head. I'm like, I don't know how you can't fight these kids.
Yeah, it's more that it's just like it starts with one little kid and all of a sudden like 5 of them pile on him.
Yeah, I wish there was more of that in the movie, like just them working together and doing like comedic kills like that. And most of the time they're working together, but it's like they're going towards the end. They don't do any of that other stuff. They just like have the ice cream and they walk like zombies for half the movie towards the end. But yeah, no, it's just it's weird that it was so similar to Terrifier 3 and also to Weapons, but I'm not gonna give them crap for that because I again assume they filmed this before Weapons came out.
I would assume so.
Yeah, and we didn't know what Weapons was until we saw it.
It could have been a Scary Movie 5 scenario. I don't know if you know about that, where they were like, oh, the trailer for Evil Dead came out, so we have to parody Evil Dead, and even though they were just going off the trailer. So it could have been that. Could have been going off the trailer.
Yeah, but like Weapons was very hard to understand exactly what it was like
based on the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, like because like the controlling kids, we didn't know that. We knew the kids went nuts. Because there's a shot in this movie that's very similar to that shot where you see the kids run towards somebody, and I think that's in the trailer too. But like that shot where they're all on the jungle gym, and then they jump out the.
I did laugh at that. Similar. That was funny.
Yeah,
they like one by one, and then all of a sudden they're just all there.
Yeah, I wish there was like hundreds of them. I was like, what the hell? He just looks back. He's like.
It's like, oh,
yeah. There's a couple funny moments in here. My problem with the dialogue, though, I guess we could get to that, is that it feels very.
We're just jumping all around. Just talk about whatever you want.
Yeah. I guess this is very not structured right now. But my problem
we don't need to have structure. This film is not structured. That's what we're saying. It's all a metaphor.
Yeah, exactly. It's just. It's weird because the story itself is so simple, but it does feel so cluttered. I don't know how they did that. It's so scattershot, this movie. How did the Pinocchio movie have a better like just point A to point B story and that made sense, and there's characters I actually kind of liked, and like I don't know how that happened. The Pinocchio movie. Eli Roth has been doing horror movies for 25 years.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and the Winnie the Pooh guys have been doing it for like 5.
Like 5, and some people would argue that the first movie should even count. Like, so
they don't even count it. I feel like one of my biggest issues with this film, beyond just if you get rid of the whole spoiler by trailer stuff, is that there's so many kills, but almost none of them make an impact.
It's true.
And that's because we don't care about these characters. We don't care about these adults. It's you were kind of saying that it's kind of like you were bringing up Weapons, and we were bringing up what's the other one we brought up? Terrifier. But also it's very similar to Cooties as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Cooties. I forgot that movie existed until people told me in the comments of my trailer reaction, and then when they brought it up, I was like, "Oh my god! It looks exactly like Cooties, like almost exactly like it." Which I bet Eli Roth saw that movie and went, "Fuck! I should have made this movie. That's such a good idea."
Yeah, and and then it's just like, oh man, what if I made Cooties but got rid of all the characters that are adults because they don't matter?
Yeah,
so except for me, I'm gonna be Eli Roth, the dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in it, and we're making a fake head of me because I want to be killed. Which I'll give him credit. He was like, I want to die in the movie.
It worked
in a movie. Like some directors would be like, "No, I have to be the cool guy in the movie." No, I get killed in a twist ending. That's probably the only thing I actually liked in the movie because, like, I was like, "Oh no, it's just, I figured it out literally the second it was happening." I was like, "Oh."
It took me like a minute, to be honest. Like they started hitting, and I was just like, "Wait, why are there 2 people in this coffin?"
Yeah, I was confused because they said the lore was like. The siren was supposed to be somewhere else, right? Overwatching, and then the necromancer was in the grave. And also, you could tell the pile of dirt was freshly dug recently. You could tell it's just like a pile of dirt. And it doesn't look like it's been there for a little while. So, but the kids wouldn't know that because they're
no.
So, I was like, it's either that's an error in the film, which I'm sure there's plenty of them, considering, or that's a part of a twist, and it was, and that's probably the only part I like. I like if the movie has no characters I give a shit about. I like when there's a bad ending. Like,
give
me a bad ending besides the hero's triumph. I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of them. The ice cream man's more likable as a character just because he's giving me what I came for, which is violence. Like he's the hero
absolutely.
in my eyes.
No, I think that's a valid opinion, Chris.
Yeah.
I be honest, I was kind of like on board. I was a little underwhelmed near the beginning, and then I was just kind of on for the ride. I watched it with my dad, and my dad seemed to be enjoying it more than I was. And I was like, when they got to the school after, and they start attacking the kids, but then like they literally are like they try to burn that girl alive in like the closet, and then like less than a minute later they're like, they don't want to kill us, they want to turn us. They clearly wanted to kill that girl.
Yeah, they want to kill her. I think they're just making it up as they went. I really do feel like Eli Roth filmed this as like maybe half a script, or maybe like more like cliff notes more so than an actual script.
An outline.
An outline. It's just like I don't know, like I guess they don't want to kill him because like I can't think of a way for them to get out of this without them just not wanting to kill him.
He was on Chris Hardwick's podcast, which he was talking about the things that went into making this movie, and he was talking about how excited he was about that his like the kills in this, and he pointed out that one of the kills is they come around the corner and they're playing Operation on a guy, and I noticed when it happened, the guy has like a red nose.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the joke.
I didn't even notice they're playing Operation. I just thought they're turning his ass into a clown. I was like, all right.
That's one way to look at it. I was like, oh, they're doing the red Operation because they have like his body cut open and they're like pulling stuff out. But I was just like, I guess that's Operation. Like I get where that came from, but he was so proud of that, and I'm like, that's such a small little moment, and it doesn't really make an impact.
It's so weird that they spend so much time like showing the kids like in the car or whatever, driving away or running around the grave, when they could have had shots of all this stuff so you can actually tell like, oh, that's the operation. Oh, look at that. They could have had zoom ins and stuff. I would have been okay with that, besides like shaky cam looking at it. I'm like, what? It's a clown? I don't know. And it's over in about 2 seconds. Like, I thought the whole point of this movie was the violence, and you're like, oh no, let's go to we have to have the backstory that allegedly might be AI, with the guy that plays Dutch from Red Dead Redemption 2. That's the priest guy who ends up.
Okay, I recognize him. So,
he's also in Borderlands. He was the best part of Borderlands, actually, because he was the most like his character from the game. He played the like the shop owner guy, Marcus.
Oh, the shop owner.
No one remembers. He's like the bus driver. Sorry, not the
bus driver. That was the bus driver.
Yeah, that was him. He looked different. I know, right? He
like crazy, Byron Davis something or whatever.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't even recognize him as the priest. Okay.
Yeah, that's him as the necromancer guy. Like when he talks of like, is that him? And then he talked more. I was like, yeah, definitely. But he looked so different from how he looked in Borderlands. I mean, to be fair, Borderlands was filmed like 25 years ago at this point. So yeah, it took a long time for that movie to come out in theaters. So he lost
a long time and 2 directors, and nothing came out of it except
Craig Mazin removed his name off of it. Which is so funny. Yep, big bomb. Anyway, but yeah, no. So we spend so much time on that when we don't need it. Like, it's better to have a backstory that's vague more so than like he was innocent and he was proved guilty, not proved, but he was like framed, kind of, I guess. I don't know. And there's a necromancer. He even talk about like there's a like that was kind of funny. I'll give it that, when he's talking about like, you have to kill him. I'm like, all right, but the only way to do it, you have to go to his grave, which is unmarked. He's like, okay, we have to kill him. All right, yeah, but you have to find the sap of the tree. He's like, all right, the sap of the tree. Okay, so we have to find the sap of the tree, and we have to find his grave. Yes, but you also have to find. You have to find the siren. He was like, what? The siren? Yeah. So he killed the siren. Yes, but you can only kill the siren if the head of the necromancer is looking at the siren. And they just kept adding like different rules. I was like, all right, that was pretty funny. And then it all ended up being bullshit because he was the necromancer.
Yeah, he was just making it up.
He was making it up. So I was like, all right, in retrospect, that's actually funnier. It was already kind of funny at first, and then it became funnier later that he's just like fucking with the kids to the point where it's just like, just make them do all this stuff. Even though the kids didn't do any of it anyway, they just kept stabbing them. So didn't matter.
That's true. Yeah,
he did rip the head off at one point and then show it at the ice cream man. But like, he didn't do any of the other things, like make sure not to have them look, or I don't know.
I will. Okay, let's let's take a breather.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just kind of like drop off, and then we'll get back into all of the negatives.
Yes.
What is a positive that you have about this film? For me, it's the man that doesn't say a word. He's the ice cream man.
Yeah.
No idea what his name is. Didn't look up his actor name.
Yeah.
But he was really good for what he was.
Yeah.
I like his he's trying to do the Art the Clown thing, no talking, which is fine. And I think he does a good job. He doesn't have all that makeup to like, counter, and make him more goofy. And when what Chris was saying, we're at the head, and then he's like, they're like, oh, and then they're like,
he does that thing, yeah.
Like, it's just like very like, and that you'll see that image on any bad review out there right now is that guy with the ice cream man doing the face when they show the head, and you realize, oh, it's not actually the head of the necromancer.
Yeah,
it's the head of, we'll just say Eli Roth.
It's Eli Roth. It's the dad of the main two characters, the brother and the sister,
who won't answer his phone because he's buried alive.
Because he's buried alive. He's buried alive, and they just murdered them. He wanted revenge so bad. He got the kids that framed him. Two of the kids that framed him, not all of them. It was just a bunch of two of the kids that framed him for whatever happened. So he made the kids of the two kids that framed him to murder them for justice or something. But even though, but the kids didn't. What did the kids do?
They're just
offspring, so they deserve it too. Yeah, screw them. I guess it's devil stuff. So whatever. I'm not going to question too much. Necromancer, devil, whatever. But like I couldn't really like give a shit too much about like any revenge for the ice cream man because it didn't make any sense anyway. It's just like they just picked him and there was a murder or something. I don't know. And then he died in the prison. I don't know. Whatever. Like.
But what about you, Chris? If you had to pick out something that you genuinely enjoyed, I did. What would you say?
I did like his performance. I wish he was in it more. Mm-hmm. And I almost wish we got more of that, like crazy, like kind of like the David Howard Thornton kind of thing, where he emotes his face a lot more. Because a lot of times he's like just like kind of staring. But he does have a couple moments like that. I do like him though. Probably because he just doesn't talk, like you said, so we don't have to hear Eli Roth's dialogue. But there's a couple of jokes that made me laugh. I did like there's the part where the guy with the Segway.
That was good. Where he's like, "I did it," and
I got out of here. See it, chumps, and he just gets his head cut. There's a post-credit scene. I saw it.
I was like, "Did you look?"
I saw it. His headless body's still on the Segway going.
And I appreciate they let him go all the way across the bridge before going to black.
That was good. I like that. I thought the body was gonna fall off right at the end, but no, it kept going. Oh yeah. But,
stable body.
Yeah. There's a couple of jokes that made me laugh. I thought most of the acting was not very good, but like I thought, I don't know. I thought like the Ice Cream Man guy's good. I thought Benjamin Byron Davis was good for what he needed to do. I thought the sister was fine. I guess I don't know. Like most of the acting's not great. Some of the kills were good. I liked some of them. I did. Like the beginning couple, the bed one, and all that was pretty good. I don't have anything that like I could like pinpoint as like definitely like that's the thing, but there's like enough small positives here and there throughout that I wasn't just like, oh god, just end. I was just like, all right. I mean, I didn't hate it. Like I didn't have a bad time. Like I do find Eli Roth's dialogue grating at times. Like I don't know that dinner scene with the parents.
That's my least favorite scene in this whole film is whatever that was. I don't know what he was saying. We didn't have subtitles on this screener that we watched.
Yeah,
and you would have subtitles in the movie theater either. So you guys that are listening to this don't have an idea what he said either.
So, he
said something about Mitt Romney, maybe.
Yeah, like, he said he was like talking about. I don't know. I think Mitt Romney's a lawyer. He was a lawyer at one point because he wants his daughter to be a lawyer. I think. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't remember, honestly. And then there's an obvious outtake where the actress says Mint Romney on mistake. And he's like, Mint Romney, ice cream. You want some Mint Romney ice cream? It was so obviously outtake they left in the movie because there's no way in hell even Eli Roth will write that and think it's funny. It's like the only way you think it's funny if it was like a blooper. That's the only way. Even that wasn't funny, but still. I have no idea what that whole scene was like. I couldn't describe why I hated it. I just hated it because there wasn't like dialogue that was like it wasn't like we mentioned Halloween, the Rob Zombie one, where like we had the dinner scenes in his like backstory where it's just them screaming and calling each other, whatever slurs they could think of. Like it wasn't like that, but it had the same vibe of that where I'm just like, oh god, I hate this. Shut up. Like I hope they die, and they do. Good.
I just now realized, Chris, that because I think this school is kind of like one of those schools where it has a lot of the different grades together.
Yeah.
And they made that plot point so they wouldn't have to have those kids there. Because they're like, the juniors are doing senior skip day with all so they didn't have any seniors. They didn't have any juniors. Like they got rid of all of that because they're like, everybody's doing it. And they're like, well, you're not going to do it. So they're like eliminating all those people.
Yeah. So you don't have pretty much grown-ups at that point. Like, because let's not kid ourselves. Whenever they cast anybody in high school movies, they always cast like 25-year-olds to play like 16 or 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
So I guess he was thinking like, because even the sister, I think, is probably in her 20s, I would assume.
Sure.
Yeah. So like it would be weird if you had a bunch of like 18-year-olds just like going around murdering kids too, I guess. I don't know. I guess no, think about it, the kids don't get murdered. I guess it'd just be like not as unique if it was a bunch of teenagers like going around murdering, right? So it's like, all right, kids.
Did they establish how old these kids are supposed to be?
I have no idea, honestly. And I actually just remembered that the teenagers get numbed. I forgot that's the thing. They eat the ice cream, they go numb instead.
Oh yeah. Which like because it's I'm trying to find the sister on IMDb.
The sister does a good job with that, I will say. When she's like numbed up and like she has to like get up.
I think it's this one. I think you probably can't tell. Does that look like her?
That's okay. Her, definitely.
She is 20, so it's not as egregious as we thought.
Yeah, sure. When they filmed it, she was probably 19. Yeah, but like she does a pretty good job with the like she's numb and she has to like pretend to be like off, like her limbs are just. Even though she said her arms, she can't move her arms, but I guess she could. She can't move her legs either. I don't know why she was complaining about the arms so much when she can't move anything. It's like my arms, I can't move. All my legs, I can't move either. But whatever, because she keeps bitching about her arms. So like, you can't move anything. But yeah, like, she does a good job with like pretending to be like all like It was reminding me of that scene with the Quaaludes and Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's why I say like there's a couple moments that I'm like, all right, that was kind of funny or whatever. That was like at least something besides just the kids look they sawed the guy's head off and they used it as a tetherball. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, I guess it is, but
as like, a tetherball, as a basketball, they're like, here's the billionth decapitated body that we can do something to. Yeah. It just gets repetitive.
Yeah, I was getting numb to it, especially since it's like we have that one montage where they're running through like the playground.
That's where all that happens. Yeah,
and it's just like it's so quick you can't really tell. Like at one point I saw the tetherball in the background. I was like, oh, that's funny as a little sight gag. You just see the head, darkly fun, but but then they like show it like close up. I'm like, all right, well, I wish they did that earlier with the operation guy. Like I watched movies like this for that stupid shit, Like it's so weird that the same guy that did that Thanksgiving trailer, which had like really messed up Thanksgiving themed like kills, and it's only a 2-minute trailer. I didn't watch the movie itself, but like that trailer has like pretty much anything you could think of in terms of like a kill that's Thanksgiving themed, and like they focus on it in the trailer. Look, there you go. Oh, there you go. They're like they killed somebody and turned them into a turkey, and then he does something else after that to the body. We don't need to talk about that part.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about,
we don't talk about that. But like this one, like they doing it. It's just so quick you can't see it. Like you're like, what was that? Oh, that I think. Wait, what was that? Was that a kazoo? What did they have in their hands? Like I don't know.
It's hard to appreciate the practical effects that they do have.
Yeah.
But I will say when we go back to kind of like Eli Roth's dialogue choices, his kind of like weird sense of humor. And we go back to you can look at any of the films. I mean, Hostel has a really like insanely problematic characters.
Oh yeah.
So does Cabin Fever. Every one of his films does.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that as long as that's the point. Like I'm okay with following characters that are disgusting, horrible humans, as long as the movie knows they are that and they get what's coming to them. You know what I mean? Like in Cabin Fever, they do. Hostel, most of them do. The main guy like has like a I guess
he's the least bad of the bunch.
Yeah, he has like almost a redemption arc because he tries to save that one girl too. So it's just like, all right. And then what they do with him in the beginning of the second one, I don't know if you remember that. I remember being like, that pissed me off. I remember that. Well, I'll spoil it. They kill him like right in the beginning. So it's the same thing.
Like Ryder Strong at the beginning of Cabin Fever.
It's exactly the same. They kill him off at the beginning. I'm like, oh, well, what the fuck was the point? Like they clearly had it so that at the end of Hostel, he was going to go fight the corporation that does this. And then the second one, he just gets killed by the corporation. Then they introduce new characters. I'm like, I don't care anymore. But yeah, like I'm okay with that. It's annoying to listen to, sure, but I'm still okay with it if that's the point. Like I've seen a lot of great movies that have absolutely horrible characters that I hate, you know? And just
the reason why I bring it up is there's just some weird moments in this film in particular. There's a weird I think I'm thinking of it because Eli Roth has a habit of being at times like just very spontaneously out of nowhere, like hypersexual with his jokes.
I know you're talking about the toothbrush. I'm assuming you're talking about maybe.
That's one of them.
But
the not the hypersexualism, but just kind of offensive thing, which everyone's talking about online, is the 12-year-old girl that is vomiting because she's a 12-year-old girl. Of course, I vomit.
The purging thing, right? Yeah. Okay.
Which I, as soon as that line was read, I was like, that's just straight out of like Cabin Fever. I'm like, he's like that dialogue, and that, and then I don't know if you caught this, Chris, but at the dinner table, the scene we mentioned earlier, she mentions going to the water park, and he's like, I was like, I have to go to the water park and see all these teenage girls in bikinis. And then Eli Roth's like, Eli Roth's like, I guess I gotta play hooky too.
Yeah. It's just
like,
can I go?
Okay.
Like,
yeah. So.
Right.
And then the toothbrush scene where someone over the phone's like, you gotta use your toothbrush to make yourself vomit. And then she ends up just basically like going down on the toothbrush to make herself not spontaneous. She forces herself to vomit. Which was like, you got those moments. And it might be because it is Eli Roth that it makes them so much more noticeable. I guess kind of like what was it?
Like noticeable.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Eli Roth, if it was like, even if it was the Terrifier guy that made this, whatever, like, because he doesn't really do like, he does, but it's not supposed to be like sexual in the same way. Like I think of Terrifier 1, that that one kill, but it's not
that kill or the shower scene in the third one.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Okay, well, maybe not a good example, but somebody else that's like, maybe not known for sexual stuff like that. This is just because he does it in everything besides the house with the clock, or whatever it's called. I think, at least.
House of the Clock Walls. And I don't think in the PG film he has anything.
Who knows? There might be an unrated cut we never saw where Jack Black and Kate Blanchett are doing other things.
Who knows?
Yeah, my two favorite stars from Borderlands.
It's like, Eli Roth was like, I love you guys so much, I'm going to cast you in Borderlands and then bail on you halfway through shooting.
Which again, I don't blame him. No. I wouldn't blame any of those actors. They just like, out of nowhere, Kate Blanchett like changes to a different actress like halfway through shooting. Like, what the hell? What happened? It's like, she quit. She realized what the hell she signed in for.
Yeah, for real. But I think like thinking about other things that are in this film that like, I feel like let's end it with, was there one kill that really made you go, whoa, and then or like appreciate it for what this film is able to offer us? And then is there one that made you go, and let's get Operation off the table. Is there a film or a kill in here where like I wish I would have saw more of what the hell happened?
I can tell you one that I thought sucked that we saw it, but it just sucked. Is like they introduced the boyfriend character who's kind of just an annoying, like whatever. Like he has like one heroic thing, but he sucks, right? He's just a lame character. And I'm like, all right, cool. I want to see him die. He's gonna die horribly. He's gonna get torn apart by the kids or something like that, you know? Because he's also being shitty about the kids too. He's just like fucking dumb kids or whatever. So he's like, all right, he's gonna get killed by all the kids, like horribly. And he gets like an ice cream scooper to like it's like this deep into his back, and he dies instantly. I'm like, what the hell was that? So he's dead. Like it wasn't even in his back that much, unless it was like a really long ice cream scooper. I don't know, but like
I think it was a knife. Because I think it was like
right, you're right. I forgot they introduced that once. They show like and did you notice on the knife it had like weird markings on it? It's like it's like devil stuff, like devil runes or something. I forgot that. You're right, yeah. But
I agree.
That still sucks anyway. I want to get torn apart.
Yeah, no, I agree that should have been better expanded upon. I think that I feel like I don't know. It feels like the best kill for me was probably
isn't this so sad that you have to like think about it that much, you know? Like Pinocchio, we were instant like, oh, is that one? And I was even like, maybe it was the pool kill. Actually, maybe the pool kill was better. Maybe I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the gym one. It's like the gym one.
There's so much bad to choose from. You're like, what was a good kill?
That was a good one. They're all so quick. I mean, some of them are good, but they're so quick. Like I get for me, I can't think. Yeah, the one where she gets the head cut off.
And okay. She wakes up.
Yeah. But it's just Terrifier 3 again, except quicker. You know?
No, yeah. I think that the one we mentioned, I just thought was just kind of very out of nowhere and funny was the jogger. I appreciate that. Yeah, sure. But I will say I think, and I might be getting this wrong because they all blend together. But I think it was they have that firefighter who's a lone firefighter for some reason on a truck that has one guy.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He goes up the thing and then he falls down and then they like smash his head in, right?
Yeah. And then there's like one shot where like his head's already smashed in, but then one of the kids hits it again, but it was like the shittiest little kick. So it was just like It's like so it was like funny. He's already crushed it like, one last time. That was good. One thing that confused me about that is that the cop is still alive. So the firefighter came out and was like, "Oh, there's kids up there," but the policeman was still alive and conscious and like didn't say anything. It's like, and he didn't notice there was a cop right there with a bunch of kids around him. Like, I don't know, whatever. He's like, "Oh, but there's kids up there. Let me go there," and then he died. But that again, who cares? Give me cool kills. Yeah. The cop kill was lame because he just gets dragged and leaves, and that's it. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, come on.
There's so many moments in this film that make you go, was there something missing from here? Because it's an hour and 26 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, where did that woman come from in the playground when they go into the cop car? She was not in that cop car. And then all of a sudden she's in the cop car and she screams and then a kid comes in like starts killing her.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did you come from, lady?
What was the scene right before that where the main kid starts playing tag with everybody with a fucking hand? What was that?
It's like I found
that was the pancakes of this movie. That was the pancakes of this movie, 100%. Where it just out of nowhere the main character was like, oh. Like, I thought he was like being affected by the ice cream some way, even though he didn't eat it. I don't know. I thought they were going to like introduce like if you spend too much time near the kids, you get affected. They didn't. He just like decided like there's a decapitated hand. He's like, "Oh, what is this? Oh, they're playing tag." What?
Yeah, and they're scared of the hand for some reason. Yeah. It doesn't make sense, man.
No, it doesn't. Like Eli Roth, that was 100% like, hey, take the fake hand and just chase him. While filming. That wasn't in the script. He's just like, do it. I'm hilarious. I'm Eli Roth. I'm hilarious. I was in a Quentin Tarantino movie once. Everybody loves me.
Yeah, he was. That's true.
Yeah.
I think
Hitler.
I think the way and I didn't get yours. Do you have anything you want to add as far as your favorite or least favorite? You might have already said it.
I guess the bedroom kill. I can't think of anything else that like no. The Segway guy. That's my favorite kill.
Yeah,
that's my favorite kill. It was so quick. He's like, "Ha ha, you missed me, losers!" And then immediately,
like the kid walking by,
nonchalantly, like, yeah, that's a strong kid. He just cut an entire head off with like an axe or whatever. Hell yeah. Tough kid.
I will say I did think that the microscope through the eyeball was a pretty good one.
All right, I don't want to be mean at all. I'm not being mean. That was a dwarf actor, right? Playing him?
I don't think so.
There was so many shots where, like, whenever he's talking to the other kids, like they're only showing his desk like real close up, and then they never have another shot. But then later on, he's like next to the kids, and he's like really small. That was like my brain was like, what? Like I was so confused.
He might have been. They never really established his height, so
but that's cool though. If Eli Roth's like, all right, we don't have too many horror movies where dwarf actors are in it. We don't, unless it's Leprechaun. That's about it. So I was like, all right, put him in there. I mean, he gets killed, but cool. But he looked really small. So I was like, the way they were like shooting it felt like they were trying to hide that he was. Like, if you watched it again, I don't know why you would, but if you watch it again, it just felt very like, show him. He's not actually in the same scene. They cut to the one kid, and then they cut to another kid, and then they cut back to him. And they're not in the same scene until later when he gets killed. Then he's in the same scene with everybody else. It was very strange. It was like really confusing me why they were shooting it that way. I don't have any other one I could think of that's like most of them are just like fine kills, but like
they all blend together though.
It might as well, like, honestly, this is a movie made just for like a kill count or one of those like
a dead meat kill count.
100%. Or even like one of those other channels that just literally compile all the kills together in like a 5-minute video. Like, just watch that. You're not getting anything from the characters. A lot of the humor is not funny. There's a couple funny jokes, but I don't know, for 87 minutes, like it's kind of a waste of time.
It is, and considering it's almost the exact same amount of time as Pinocchio, and it's just like Pinocchio is way more effective. It's way more impressive with its practical effects.
Oh yeah,
there's no evidence they use AI in Pinocchio.
I'd be very surprised.
I think overall, here's my positives. Overall, Ice Cream Man, good job. If you somehow get a sequel, hope you come back. Hope they don't recast you.
Yeah,
you're cool. Some of the kills,
no pun intended.
Yeah, some of the kills, cool. Underwhelming overall.
Yeah.
And the trailer, well, that's my negative. Positives, that's really it. I thought that all the kid actors were really rough. I didn't like any of them. I thought the negatives, jumping into, I don't like the way that they transform the kids, where they like shove an ice cream cone into their mouth, and then we never see them transform. It's just like they're just dragged away, and
they're just there. The thing that was frying me is that in the beginning, when they're all walking into class and the teachers are like looking at them, they're covered in ice cream. None of them say anything about that. They're just like,
yeah.
I don't care.
Which is another thing they bring up, the whole senior skip day thing. So they're probably gonna think it's just a prank for the final days of
they
school.
say like they think it's a prank from the kids that they're being silent, but like they're just like, they're not saying anything. What's going on? I'm like, you didn't notice this? They got like a goatee of ice cream over their face. Yeah, they covered it. It's the most obvious makeup. Also, it's not like, first of all, it doesn't make any sense. It would be ice cream anyway, because it would be like it would be melted or whatever.
That I did not see a single, and I'm sure I'm wrong. Hold on, I'm looking at even the ice cream in that photo, not a single ice cream cone has sprinkles.
Yeah. That's true. What the hell? And also, most of the ice cream cones were like, you could tell like when they're filming, they're like, don't make it too big because they'll just keep falling off the cones. So they're always like this raised out of the cone. So it's like the world's worst looking ice cream. Yeah. And also, like, most of them were like in a plastic thing anyway. So they were all supposed to be like shaped like animals. So
Yeah,
all
they're
them
like
all
popsicles. Yeah,
yeah, they're
which
supposed
we
to like
never
be like
see the popsicles. No kid has
no,
one of
because
those.
they eat it straight from the plastic because they didn't want to make them. So they're just like they're like they're like
It's
we're
because
not
they're
making this.
AI, Chris. They can't make
Oh
them because
yeah,
they're AI.
you know, to be fair, the designs they have on the ice cream truck might have been who knows, which would be really sad considering it was just a generic spider and like weird like creatures. Like you couldn't just do that. Like again, allegedly.
That
I don't know.
revelation at the end when they look at the cloak and they're like, spider, snake.
all kinds of like generic evil things to put on like some devil thing, a spider, a snake, I don't know, a chupacabra, I don't know what was on there. Like it's all the generic evil things that you could put on like a Satanist robe. It's like yep. Yeah. You know what, also I'm gonna say right here, there should have been one part where like someone like used the ice cream cone as a weapon. I know it wouldn't make sense, but I like they didn't do much with the ice cream aspect. No, yeah, I mean it would make sense for this movie. I mean it would make as much sense as a kid just going
have it for the eyeball.
Yeah, there you go. So. Yeah, it would make as much sense as any of the other kills in this movie. Like you know, these 8-year-old kids murdering grown men and women, and as if they just can't go, they just destroy them all because they're all kids. Like whatever. Oh, you know what? One kill I liked is the one with the neighbor where she like has the gun and she's like going into her garage, but you just hear like the saw blade.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of like a little creepy just because you don't see the kill, you just see the body of the. No, then after that they ruined it entirely. I know what you're thinking with the fishbowl.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck that was.
And they do those weird cartoons, which I don't understand. Like Stan, I guess that's like what they're seeing.
I guess they're trying to do like I don't know if you ever watched like Team Fortress 2 had these like Team Fortress 2 the game.
No. Oh yeah, Team Fortress. Yeah.
They had these like short movies for each of the characters you could play, just to let you know who these characters are. And there's one for the pyro, the flamethrower character. That is literally just that. They see cartoons and see all the murders they're doing, but they see it as like fun things. Like, oh look, instead of burning a place, I'm like shooting confetti. Like I'm not burning them. It's literally that, except they completely botch it in this because it's like a couple times they show it, and
then they leave it alone.
Allegedly AI animation, even though again I'm saying it probably is, but for the Cinefied podcast, it's alleged. But for me, it's not. But yeah. Well, by the way, there is an AI studio that worked for this movie. I should have mentioned that earlier. So
it's a likelihood.
Yes.
So
yeah, a big chance, possible chance, maybe. Who knows? I don't know anything.
Is there anything else? Because we're past the hour mark. Is there anything else that you want to bring up that you found just kind of like annoyed by, something that you were shockingly like impressed by, anything at all that you want to bring up? Just go ahead and bring it up before we get into our final thoughts and our ratings.
I guess we mentioned the ending. I like the ending. That's it. I really don't have anything else to say. Like I like the movie is just like, you know how everybody's talking about that new Resident Evil movie where it's like Fury Road where it just keeps going. This movie, like it's kind of like that where it just keeps going after it starts with the whole ice cream man. It just keeps going, and at a certain point, I'm just like I'm kind of sick of it, honestly. Like I was getting a little tired of it, and then they meet up with Benjamin Byron Davis, who's just in the freezer. And it slows down for a second to talk about not the AI, maybe the backstory. And then it just keeps going from there. And I was getting a little tired of it, mainly because you don't see anything. It's so like it just keeps going, and it's like characters I don't care about, and there's dialogue that's lame for the most part. It just kept going. And again, I think it would be good for people that love gore. Not me. But it doesn't like it it keeps going. It doesn't pause at any one particular kill throughout the big massacre that's happening at the school. Like it pauses for the beginning of the massacre. Like, oh, look at the bed, the kid, like even the guy that gets bagged. Like they take their time enough to be honest, so you understand what's happening. But then it might as well just be a bunch of noise when it just like I mean, like static noise. You know, it's just like it goes by so fast. It's just I don't know. I'm disappointed by it, and actually, honestly, talk about it more here. I actually like it less. Just think about talking about it more. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to lower my score. I gave it like a 5 out of 10. That's probably too high. I'd probably have to go lower. No, it's just it's disappointing because I wasn't really looking forward to it, and I do for the most part like Eli Roth stuff. As just what they are, which is annoying horror gore films, and I'm like, all right. For some reason, I can like vibe with it a little bit more than other people. Like I could still watch Cabin Fever probably and think like, oh, the gore is good, and I hate these characters and they die horribly, and that's nice. Same thing with Hostel, but
this feels like one of the rare Eli Roth movies, and I'm sure it has to do that there's a billion kids, but that doesn't have nudity in it. Like it has no like gratuitous nudity, like Thanksgiving might have not actually thinking about it.
Well, what's her name's in that? So they probably isn't like a big TikTok star or something like that.
Addison Rae.
Yeah, isn't she like not a TikTok star? She was like a
she was a TikTok star.
She was a TikTok star. Okay,
she was, but then now she's a singer and so forth. But but it's just like you got those like Knock Knock. That's like the entire thing was and then Hostel and Cabin Fever, you got nudity, and it's like all the way. And then there's nothing here as far as especially that one.
Kate Blanchett couldn't keep her clothes on,
so they don't go. He doesn't go full himself here. But I do think it was out of caution and just kind of like, but with the kids. But he did also make the kids kill a shit ton of people. So
horribly too, which I'm okay with. I like that part. That's why I came to watch it. I want to see the main little girl that they keep showing was probably the best actor in the movie. The one that's on that poster. Because she's the only one that like actually looked deranged. Everybody else looked like they were sleeping. Like she looked nightmarish. So that's why Eli Roth focused on her a lot. Whenever she showed up and she had like the head of her mother in her hands. Like she's the main focus of the group of kids. And you don't even know who that girl is at all. You don't even know. Like, I don't think you even introduced her ever, actually, before she becomes a nightmare creature. Because she's the only one that actually does the job of looking demented. Everybody else is just a drone, and she's just there to... They're just there to kill the adults or whoever, you know? I'm assuming also that's why they want to get rid of the teens, too, because they're just like, well, then there'd be no excuse to not kill the teens like any other horror movie. And and you could tell Eli Roth was like, nah, I think it's funnier if the adults die. So like the little kids kill the 30, 40, 50-year-old adults. He probably thought that was funnier than just like a bunch of 17, 18-year-olds get killed like any Friday the 13th movie or whatever, you know? So, or any other horror movie like that.
You're probably right. I think going into our final verdict, we didn't do it with Pinocchio, but you got our feelings on Pinocchio with our ratings. But at Cinefied, we have 3 scales of ratings. We have the full popcorn, which is a must see, a half popcorn, which is a maybe see, and a spilled popcorn, which is a mistake. I'm very much between a mistake and a maybe. I'm going to say, like, obviously, you can have your opinions. There's a lot of things here that, like, aside from, as I said at the beginning, the man himself. But as far as this film, the AI, obviously, people have their strong opinions about AI use. If that's the reason for you not to watch it, that's fine. I totally understand. If you have a problem with kids and violence, sure.
You shouldn't watch it, period. You shouldn't watch the trailer at that point. Because if you have an issue with just gory movies in general, then obviously don't watch this. But if you're a fan of Eli Roth's films and his filmography, I think there's enough here for a one-time watch.
it's not going to be something you're going to buy and put in your collection. It's not going to be something that you'll go back to. You're going to forget this movie exists by the end of this year, maybe the end of this month. And it's really surprised. It's called The Ice Cream Man. I get why they released it in the summer, but they could have released it in October. But to be fair, Horror Section has another film coming out in October, which I am very much looking forward to, called Stiletto, which is like a slasher film that takes place in a strip club.
Okay. I heard about that.
But that comes out in October, so they had to kind of put this one in August. But yeah, I don't know. He was talking about it being so low budget, so I imagine it was like 1 million or less. Yeah. So there's a good chance it could be profitable. But we'll see. It's getting awful press. Yeah, it's getting
not good reviews at all. Ooh.
Did you already do first reviews for it?
No, I didn't do first reviews. But I did already see like a bunch of reviews.
What's it currently at? It was at 25 earlier. Where's it at now?
Oh, I don't know. I was actually looking for the budget right now. I'll look in a second.
My bad.
The AI overview. So again, we're using AI to find out if the AI movie maybe
it's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Yep. But this says it's anywhere between $5.5 to $6 million, which I don't see how that's possible. But
that can't be true.
That can't be true at all. Like that's insane if that costs. I like it. But Roth raised the film's $5.5. Variety's saying this $5.5 million budget, mostly through foreign preset. How 5.5 for what? There's no actors in it that will cost any more than like I don't know $100,000 maybe. Like Eli Roth paid himself $2 million or something. Like that's the only way that makes sense. Like there's no one. The biggest actor in here is probably Benjamin Byron. I can't remember his Davis. Yeah. He's probably the biggest actor just because he was in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's it. like
what? No, you're probably right. That's insane.
Hey, that's crazy. How does Pinocchio look way better? And that costs what, $25?
It costs what, $500,000?
Yeah, that's insane. But Obsession looks better. It's like, that's in a house most of the time.
That costs $1 million.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 800,000. I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. But Backrooms cost only a few million more, and that built giant areas, huge areas for whatever.
I guess they had to pay all these kids
$20 and a free ice cream bar. That's all they have to give them. Like I'd do it if I was a kid. I'd be like, yeah, put makeup on me and let me rip up an adult with an axe. I don't know. Like I'd do it if I was like 8 years old. Whatever. Like
that's I will say that's fucking insane how much you just said, because I just before we got on this podcast I read an article that Clown in a Cornfield 2 got greenlit, and I saw that the Clown in a Cornfield cost $1 million. And
I haven't even seen that.
At the box office.
I haven't seen it. I heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's good. But I mean, it doesn't have like an insane amount of like kills, but it has effective kills, and I mean, it's $1 million, and they like did so much with the small town they had. So it's just like crazy. You watch whatever this was, and you're like, how did this cost $5.5 million? That, Chris, I'm a spilled popcorn now. I was going to be a half, but that is insane.
Yeah.
So,
again, this is what Variety is saying. So I'm assuming
that's a reliable source.
Yeah.
So,
and IMDb says 6 million. So Variety says 5.5. It could be anywhere between 5.5 and 6. That's crazy. That's way too much. Like the entirety of the twisted fairy tale universe was created with the budget of this one ice cream man. That's sad. And even actually probably room enough for the Pooniverse with the rest of the budget.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't seen Bambi, but I have a feeling Bambi's gonna be a better movie. So, which I'll find out soon. But
but all right, with the budget in mind or not in mind, what would you give it?
Peter has a truck in that movie, right?
Yeah,
just like Ice Cream Man. It's a better Ice Cream Man.
Right.
I haven't seen it.
It's like a white van thing where they just go, "Hey, you want some candy?"
Yeah,
it's like, you want some pixie dust?
Yeah. Hot fries. That's why he was buy all the time an ice cream, the ice cream truck. Hot fries and one of those like WWF like ice cream bars that had the little cookie on it.
Okay, I just got the SpongeBob with the hardest fuck gumball.
Yeah, I got that too. The Sonic one too. I think they still sell Sonic one where the gumballs like
they're not
anywhere but on his eyes. Yeah, they're looking two different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what would you give it?
Honestly, after reading that, I'd probably say spilled too. But like closer to mixed, I guess, than to like. I know you don't have a lower score than that, but like, you know, like a high spilled. Like,
yeah,
like because like that budget could have been used to make a lot of movies. But I say that up for every like whenever a big budget like Hollywood movie comes out and it sucks horrible ass.
Yeah.
And then it's just like I see Obsession was made for $750,000. I'm like, so many of those movies, whether you like Obsession or not, that movie cost not a lot and it made so much money and a lot of people like it. Like so many, like if you just didn't make Mandalorian Grogu, you could have made a lot of like really like cool $1 million movies. I think about like 200 $1 million movies could have been made based on this one crap Star Wars movie that nobody liked. Yeah. And then I look at this is obviously a smaller scale, but now I'm looking at like you could have made 6 really cool Clown in the Cornfields for this budget. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
nope, I agree.
No. If the budget was like $500,000, I'd be like, all right, that's fine. Even $1 million, I'd be like, all right, that makes sense. 6, I don't who got it? Eli must have gave himself like a bunch of money for the directing. I star and wrote and directed. Yeah, $2 million for me. Like what?
I bet it all. I don't know if you've seen it, but he's been going around with like an ice cream truck. Like at like festivals and conventions and promoting the film. And so he has been doing like photo ops and giving people free ice cream. So it's probably like $3 million in ice cream.
Yeah, $3 million in ice cream.
So
maybe that's where the budget went. There was a lot of ice cream. So
yeah,
ice cream. So.
Yeah, that continuously melts. So they're like
yeah. And it's always on their faces, and it's like I don't know, whatever. Anyway, this movie sucks. Anyway, so never mind. We went from like I didn't hate this movie to at the end of this movie sucks.
The budget made it happen this way. I will say some stuff I liked.
Yeah,
but there's nothing in this film that makes it a $6 million movie.
Yeah.
Like it's insane when you look at something like Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3, and those effects are incredible. And then you look at this, and these are sloppy compared to Terrifier.
Yeah, even sloppy compared to Terrifier 1, I think. Like I'm sorry, like sawing the woman in half was just absolutely disturbing. Even if it still looks pretty fake, I'm like, nah, it's like that was effective. Where this. The effects might be better, not even close to as effective though. Like they like maybe Eli Roth just doesn't know how to shoot his horror anymore. He spent too much time with Hollywood making Borderlands and like maybe I don't know, maybe Thanksgiving was a fluke, him coming back and people liked it. Like he spent too much time directing Jack Black in movies, so now he's like he's kid friendly. Like I don't know. This felt obviously this wasn't kid friendly, but it's like like it's the most PG ultra violent horror movie I've ever seen. Yeah,
of course the one film in his filmography that people are like yay and so excited about, and then they announce a sequel, and then they're like he's like, well, I want to do this and this and this instead of make Thanksgiving 2. It's like I know you literally have a franchise on your hand, dude.
The first one did well, and like I can only imagine the sequel would probably do maybe a little bit better. Like if like people are still talking about Thanksgiving 1, and like see people doing like reaction videos and stuff like that, and people are liking it. Like I assume like the second one would do. Even if it does a little bit worse, like how much did that cost? That's actually a question. Did that have a smaller budget than?
I if I remember, I thought it was a low budget, but I think it was 20 million.
20 million. Okay, all right. I do 15 million. It says. Okay, so I haven't seen it again, but I would assume it looks better than this. That'd be my guess.
It 100% does.
Yeah, isn't there a whole 100%. Parade sequence in that movie?
There's parade. There's some really effective stuff in not Terrifier Thanksgiving. But go watch Thanksgiving.
Yeah, just watch Thanksgiving.
And don't watch.
I haven't seen it. Don't watch it. Watch Primate. I haven't watched that either yet.
Okay, well there you go, Chris. That's your homework. Go watch Primate and
watch Primate. Yeah, I was just thinking about horror movies I haven't seen this year, and I watched this instead. Like Primate.
Primate had some of the best practical. The guy, it's just a guy in a suit. Yeah, it's so effective.
Yeah,
but we're not talking about Primate.
Yeah. No.
That we conclude that this is not worth your time.
No.
I mean, watch it when it comes to streaming, wherever horror section decides to start. It's probably Screambox, which
probably.
Who know who not a lot of people have that. It's an okay service.
Yeah.
But
I bought it just to watch Terrifier 2, I think, when it came out. So yeah.
So it's a fine service. It's like Shudder. I mean, if you enjoy horror, there's some decent hidden gems on there. No shade the Screambox. It's just overshadowed by like Shudder. But don't watch this in theaters. Wait for it to come out. And don't pay $20 when it comes out on VOD.
No. Wait until it's out. You know what? Just watch a compilation of all the kills.
Yep, honestly, there you go.
Honestly, just do that. Like in about a month when it comes out. Well, in about 2 weeks when it comes to digital, then you'll be able to. Well, in about 5 days when it comes to digital, because nobody saw it in theaters. Like no, when it comes to digital,
I'll be very curious to see. If
imagine it's huge. It opens to like 30 million or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like what?
I think at most it'll open with 10 million.
10, yeah. I could see. Honestly, I could see this being a complete flop, though. I could see this being like 2 million this weekend. Like, I mean, you have Spider-Man, which I know is not a horror movie, but still, it's just like so
because it was the Monday mystery movie yesterday. So a lot of people talking about it. A lot of people talking negatively about it.
Yeah,
but that doesn't really mean anything because you have films like Hokum, which is one of my favorite films of the year.
That's another one I watched.
Definitely put that on your list. Yeah, it's one of my favorite films of the year. It's in my top 5 for sure. And that film didn't do great. No, and it was a Monday mystery movie, and it got rave reviews off of that, and just it didn't bring people to the cinema.
I guess it was bad timing. Not that it was its fault, but it was like right before Obsession and Backrooms,
or right before, so
it was like a week before Obsession. It was like, ooh.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate timing, but there's so many horror films this year that you should go check out. My recommendation is Hokum. My other recommendation is Primate. And then the obvious ones, Obsession. Love Obsession. Obsession is my favorite film of the year. So take that as you will about my opinion of Ice Cream Man. So if you're like, Obsession's a piece of shit, then go watch Ice Cream Man.
Yeah. If you want the internet meme horror movie is much better than the Eli Roth Master of Horror movie. Like Backrooms, like there's games where people put like SpongeBob modded into it and you have to run away from SpongeBob in the Backrooms. Like that's how popular Backrooms is. It's popular with kids. They were upset like when Backrooms came out and they're like, where's all the monsters and stuff? Like that's not what Backrooms is about. Like that movie could have went that route, didn't. Was a serious movie and still made the money it did on a small budget. And this movie is just like it's exactly what I think a lot of horror movie fans would want from an Eli Roth movie. It's just not as good as like it is that, except it's just not as good. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's just a poor version of that. It's still that. It's just like not as good. There's plenty of blood. It's just that none of it's meaningful. And I don't know, like Hostel and Cabin Fever, it's night and day. Like even Green Inferno, that first kill in Green Inferno is horrifying. Yeah. With and this just doesn't have stuff. It's and then everything else is goofy in that movie. But like when the girl has like the diarrhea, I'm like,
turn away.
Yeah. But and then I want to say, wasn't the Spy Kids kid in that movie too?
He was. Anyway. But that's where we're going to end it. We're going to label this as a bit of a review / rant. We definitely had some things to say about it that weren't the highest of regard to this film. But that is it. Go grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and remember, stay cinefied. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye.